looking for that hand that they can pre-flop raise, really, which has been the story of this final table.
Yeah, there don't seem to be very many. Everybody seems to be playing fairly tightly and conservatively. No, it doesn't look as though he is.
Noah Boken from the Netherlands. He's already seen Marcel Luske go out. Marcel looks after Noah in many ways. Noah's his protege, and he's still here.
He kind of coaches him in a way. He just gives him advice. So Shipley and Jeff Duval have both folded. King Bard's got a King 10.
Bard Dowen, seat 1 from Norway, big online player. The King 10 in his mind's worth a call. He's not thinking it's the best hand, but little does he know he's up against the King 8.
Okay, here comes the flop.
Scare cards for both players.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see who outplays the other here. This is what's going to probably happen. I mean, Dahl actually has picked up a middle pin straight draw, so he's got a reasonable hand.
Well over 100,000 chips in the middle and no clear winner after the flop. We've had a bet and a call. We will see the turn card. And Dahl likes that. He's hit 2 pair all, and of course he's got the aces in the community cards, and he's picked up his 10 with a king kicker to that hand. But of course, Boken did raise it pre-flop, so he might be seeing an ace there. He might be worried about that. Yes, no?
Well, no, he would be. But I mean, I think Noah's actually worried about the ace too. He's worried that he might be trapping him with an ace. Dahl's bet 50,000, so that's a big bet. He's trying to, he's actually trying to get him off a jack. If he thinks he's got a jack, there's a potential flush draw there. He probably thinks his 10s are good, but I think he also probably thinks he's bluffing. He looks like a man who's bluffing.
But either way, Noah's ship has sank in this hand. He knows all he's got is the king high to add to that pair of aces, and he would imagine he's not going to win anything in this hand.
No, all he could possibly do is come back over the top here, and then Dahl would have to lay down, and he hasn't. And
he's folded, so the Bard takes that hand. Shakespeare could not have written a better script. Let's find out more about the man from Norway.
I've been playing chess and bridge since I was 7, but then I started playing poker, and now it's taking all my time, basically. I'm quite good at reading other players. I like playing flops. Some people like to move all in before just to let the cards decide, but I like playing flops. I think that I can win pots where I'm not necessarily have the best hand. It's not going to be easy. I think the best player is going to win it, so hopefully it will be me.
Well, Bard Dahl in seat 1 playing very well so far. He's just taken a considerable chunk of Noah Boken's stack.
Okay, so John Shipley folds. Now it's round to Jeff Duval. What's he got? 6 of hearts, Jack of spades it looked like. Anyway, he's folded that. Not a good hand. Bard Dahl has folded. We didn't, and as has John Falconer. They've all got obviously very weak hands, and it's folded right round to Robert Cooper, who's got an ace here, and is going to raise it. 30,000.
Little players to act after him. He's going to put a small raise in with that hand. He's going to fancy it.
Oh yeah, and he's got a call from Noah Boken, who's called the 20,000 more, and here we see the flop.
Some more action for Noah, and he will like that flop because he's hit the top pair. Cooper, though, has hit something at least, bottom pair.
That's interesting. I mean, he's come out betting 20, and Noah hasn't raised. He's not certain. He's not sure where he stands. He hasn't raised. Oh, now he's in problems.
And he's not going to put Cooper on 2 pair here. He's simply not going to do that.
No, but he should be scared of the ace as well. But no, he's calling. It was cheap enough for him to call to hit his second pair, so you can kind of justify. He can kind of justify his call there.
And that's no good. He would have needed to pick off the queen there for 3 of a kind. So Cooper's got the best cards, but not always going to win the hand in poker. Let's see what action Cooper makes here. And he's tried to trap him maybe with that.
No, he was trying to induce a bluff. So Cooper checked there because he thought that maybe he could get Noah Boken to bluff at the pot, and then he'd be able to call on the end. He's got a good hand. He's got aces up.
It's one of those hands you can't really call it. He's going to have 2 pair, certainly not the ace 2. But there was only 1 player in front of him to act. So was it a correct raise in that ace 2?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the small blind it was a good. He's got to think he's probably winning, so he's just raising with a weak ace.
Well, Noah Boken has taken a bit of a beating in the last couple of hands. Let's find out more about him.
No, I'm there, now I have to win it. I feel confident, and if the cards come my way, I should do it. It's a game you get better at the more you play. Like, every day you keep learning, keep getting better, and you can make money with it, it's even better. What makes you good? You have to be aggressive, you have to go for it. Like poker players who are timid, don't have a shot, you know. They can do okay, but if you really want to win it, you have to be in there. And now I'm going to be European champion of poker, I hope.
Well, he's got the sparkle and the twinkle of a new kid on the block. Let's see if he comes undone. Certainly a couple of bad hands in a row, but that's poker for you. We get pocket fours with the Bard in seat 1.
Which he's folded. A lot of players do fold these small pairs up front in an early position.
Despite the fact we've already seen it would go in favoured against, say, an ace-queen unsuited.
Yep.
A 10-8 of clubs then suited, not a great hand, and we see a small raise in that. And more suited cards around the table. Duval fancies some action. Such a small raise, he'll want to see a flop and see if there's any hearts on it.
Yeah, okay. Right, so John Shipley's has flopped an open-ended straight draw. Let's see what he does with it.
High cards in the flop, of course, the ace coming out as well.
Okay, so he's come out betting 35,000. A strong bet.
And of course, a serious bet for someone who, at the moment, has absolutely nothing.
Well, Jeff's calling. He doesn't think he. I don't know. He doesn't think he's got an ace. I think he just hasn't. He thinks he hasn't got an ace. He thinks he might be able to outplay him on the turn.
Now, club is a very good card, of course, for Shipley. He's now waiting in just one more to hit his flush.
Well, he's got an open-ended straight and a flush draw now, so it's improved his hand massively, and he's gone all in. Okay, so he's moved all in. It's a very strong move. He'd even fancy his hand against a strong hand like aces up. He's still got outs.
Duval, I feel, has a slight read in Shipley. He's definitely going to think about it. It's a hard one to bet. It's a hard one to call.
Well, I don't think he can call. He's thinking because he'll be able to pick up a little bit of information off John. You can see him looking out of the corner of his eye at him. He's just picking up the vibes.
And he passes.
Yeah, he's folded. Well, he had to.
Because ultimately he's got nothing.
Yeah, no, he's got nothing. It's a very good hand. It's a very strong play by John Shipley. Very strong indeed. Interesting hand against two very, very top-rank professional poker players.
I agree 100% with you, John, but Shipley's starting to become the standout player of this table, even though the whole field is very strong.
Playing a very, very solid game, John. In this instance, he played a very, very good drawing hand, a very strong drawing hand, incredibly aggressively against Jeff Duval. He's waiting for his moment, his timing seems to be excellent, and he's really, really playing a good game. And he's a great player.
Okay, would he be your tip to win at this stage, or do you think there's still many twists?
I wouldn't like to say. I think he's one of the, he's one of the favourites.
If only I could.
John Faulkner then in seat 3, quite vociferous tonight. He's talking to the crowd, he's talking to the players at the table. He's liking the way the cards are being dealt to him so far.
I haven't seen him talking to the crowd once.
It's because you're not paying attention, John. You're thinking of the fact that you're not good enough to play at this final table.
Oh.
Noah Boken will be looking. He's expecting some luck soon, and he's got the pocket jacks. He's got to like that, and he's not going to like that. He's going to have to go up against pocket kings, and he could get caught badly here.
Oh, it's just such bad luck. But yeah, I mean, it's he's in very, very bad shape, and I just feel sorry for Noah because he's a good young player, but I think there's a very good chance he might get into trouble here.
Pocket Jack says in the top 10 hands you can be dealt into the pocket, and it's only 18% against the pocket kings that are currently sitting rather nicely in front of John Shipley, and he raises, of course. And
yeah.
Boken's going to call this. He's got absolutely no option with a high pocket pair.
No, he's moved all in. Okay, so yeah, Shipley raised 100,000 and Noah immediately moved all in.
Shipley calls.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that Noah could have thought about that. If he'd thought about that a little bit longer, he's still got quite a few chips left. He could have laid it down.
Of course, one player then will get all the cards he needs. His jack. It's actually another ace. 2 pair for Shep.